And we're live. Sorry for the interruption. There was a power outage, and we were right in the middle of talking about Magic Johnson, and so I'm gonna let Merge continue.
I was just reading off Coach Thing article.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Clayton, do you have anything else they want?
So I don't exactly remember everything that got left out from the power outage that you had, but Merge was reading stuff from the dang article. This is not a PR move. This is him taking power, and that's exactly what Serena Winters had said earlier with that the only person he will answer to is Jeannie.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just an advisory role. This is he's got power. So all the fears, I think, are warranted. I just saw a friend of the podcast. He's been on a few times. Jacob Brood posted a article, and while we were out, I was starting to read some of it. And Jacob, as usual, did awesome. But I don't know if he saw the ding article until after it was posted. Because he questioned if he was going to do more than just an advisory role, and now that's exactly what it looks like. This is bye Jim, and he may. I mean, if you're firing Jim, you might as well bring your own people, and that's pretty much how every change of front office is. You bring in your own people, unless you have a relationship with others in there.
Yeah, like this is really reminiscent of the Philadelphia situation where Sam Hinkie was doing fine, and then the NBA brought in
Trust the process.
Shout out to the process. And then Colangelo fired Hinkie, and then
no, he didn't fire him. Hinkie was kind of forced out, and he resigned.
Yeah, he resigned
because he was going to have even power with Brian Colangelo, which is just who is now reaping the benefits of everything Hinkie did.
Yeah, he's just riding off his coattails, and it's kind of reminiscent of that Jim Buss is gonna either be forced out the door in a beautiful PR move orchestrated by the wonderful Jeannie Buss, where she will tell Jim exactly what to say, and he will say it perfectly. He will say that he does not feel that he's the man for the job, and that they will either look for someone, promote from inside, or promote from inside and promote the team advisor, Magic Johnson, to a role, a official meaty role, which he already has that, Clay was reading off everything that Magic was going to be doing, which is, like you said, almost practically basketball operations. And this time he has the official title. He's going to be he's really going to be one of the guys in the meetings, and he's really going to be the guy talking. But this is all speculation at this point. But
that needs to be stressed. It is Dang who does at times like provide insight that some don't want to know.
Yeah.
But when it comes to front office stuff and how Jeannie is feeling and what Jeannie is telling him, then yeah, I mean, you might as well say goodbye to Jim.
Yeah, and I didn't get to say my thoughts on the whole Magic thing, so here goes. I don't see why else would you bring Magic Johnson apart from Jeannie needed a shoulder to cry on, like Merch said earlier, or unless Magic's going to take a role in the future, and this is like a little stepping stone to ease him in. He said it's a slow process, and he doesn't want to step on Jim's toes, and that just sounds like a bunch of PR bullshit to me. That he just doesn't want to, call out Jim, and there's no reason for what he said. He's not going to provide any basketball skills apart from like helping D'Angelo with a couple point guard little things. But apart from that, he can't tell Luke how to be a head coach. Magic Johnson, I'm sure he had high basketball IQ, made all the correct reads, all the passes. I'm sure. Outstanding player, all-timer. I'm sure of that. But he does not know how to coach in a modern NBA offense. He has not been on the sidelines. He has not witnessed a good coach and Steve Kerr coach. So he cannot tell Luke Walton what to do. So if he can't tell Luke Walton what to do, he can't offer that much. He can mentor, sure, and even mentoring is overrated. It does little to nothing. And so basketball side,
Well,
there's
in
nothing.
his situation, at least,
Yeah,
like Luke getting info or getting mentorship from Steve Kerr, and then Kerr getting it from especially Pop.
yeah,
That's good, but like getting advice from a guy that has not been in the field, like it'd be like me telling a doctor how to do his job.
yeah. I mean, like at
Because
least,
WebMD told me how to do that, or I actually have cancer because WebMD told me.
yeah.
So, yeah, Merge, are you alive?
Yeah, I'm alive. Sorry, I'm reading stuff.
Um,
I think Merge is about to start crying. He looks so depressed.
yeah, he does look really depressed. So like, yeah. So I mean, from the business side, like, I guess gets the fans feeling a little bit better in this like dark pasture that the Lakers are going through or whatever, and it could spark some more Magic Johnson jerseys to be sold. Our new GM buy his jersey. That's really honestly like it's not. There is no other reason in my mind apart from he will get a bigger role. He will become either GM or basketball operations in my mind. That's just like my guess at this point. Because if Mitch and Jim are fired, then it's either going to be Ryan West, who I would love, and I'm sure everyone here would love, and uh, all the smart, educated Lakers fans would love to have a guy like that who's helped so much in this outstanding drafting front office. But if you really going to bring in Magic for this big of a role and help this much and be this hands-on, then I think it's just setting the path for him to become a GM. So Merge, early in the podcast,
I don't know about GM. I don't think he would actually want to be a GM. I think the basketball of operations, so exactly the job that Jim holds.
that sounds more like a Magic.
Yep.
So Merge, you have gotten a chance to read the article. You started the podcast off not throwing yourself off the ledge yet. Now I think you might have wavered on that stance a little bit.
I don't think we're even throwing ourselves off the ledge, though. We're just like, welp.
We're considering it. At least I am. I'm pretty close. So Merge, what are your thoughts reading the article and all of the rest that's transpired?
I don't know. I just can't trust Ding still. I don't know.
Fair.
It's. I mean, it makes me feel less confident than how I felt before. I just can't trust Ding, so I'm still holding on to that.
Which is
I don't know. I really just want to focus on the players. I really just want to talk about how great D'Angelo is.
yeah.
So okay then. I kind of pretty much am already resigned that change is going to happen, which, like I said, is fine. I think we need to get into. I think the guy that of our boards of replacing, at least in a consultant's role, or like assistant GM if you would accept it. I think we all pretty much want Ryan West to be promoted.
Mm-hmm.
He's already assistant GM, right? I believe.
Yeah, he's assistant GM, and he's hands on with the drafting, scouting too.
So promoting him to general manager would be good, and then if you can bring in trust the process, Sam Hinkie.
Trust the process.
That would be. I mean, excuse me. I think that would just be an awesome move. I mean, there might be moves that were like, crap, you serious? But I don't think he would trade like
D'Angelo,
like D'Lo and Ingram.
I agree.
Two, like real core pieces. You know?
Like he wouldn't be looking to trade Simmons and Embiid right now.
No,
still in So
no, I mean, so he is like the ultimate in finding those those insane contract guys, you know, like one of the better players in the league. He's not going to be an all-star, but one of the best role players in the league is Robert Covington.
Sir Robert Covington.
A 4-year contract at like the minimum of like $1 million, or it might not even be that. I'll check it. But like he had no problem looking at those 10-day contract guys. Or
That was pretty much like all of the Sixers like 2 years ago. That was their whole team.
Yeah, while people were hurt and everything.
Yeah, and I mean, like if Sam Hinkie were to get hired, he'd flip Lou. First thing he does, he'd call up someone and get a first round pick or get prospect whose stock has dropped, and then he'd flip Nick Young for a second rounder, and then he'd flip whoever else.
Tarek.
He'd probably find a second rounder for Huerta somehow, because that's the thing Sam Hinkie does.
Yeah.
I mean, so Robert Covington.
Cool.
Yeah, he's at $1,015,696 for this year, and he's got a team option. Yeah, team option next year for almost $1.6 million, and he's a legit starter. You know,
and in this new CBA that's gone crazy up. Yeah, that's just like insane steal. But like that's up there with the Steph Curry contract. Steal.
I mean, before Hinkie came in, they were mediocrity like defined. Like that was them. And then he got a hold of them, flipped people, and now have one of the most talented rosters in the NBA for young talent. You know.
Yeah.
Of just their core, they boast Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Nerlens Noel. Depending on how you feel about Timothy Luwawu, we mentioned Robert Covington, Dario Saric, Nick Stauskas. I don't know if I mentioned him, but yeah, he's been good. And then of course a guy that is in constant trade rumors. And now CSN Chicago is reporting that the Chicago Bulls
look at that segue.
are looking to deal for Jahlil Okafor. None of Okafor was a bad pick. I still believe that was 100% on ownership.
They could have had.
They could there was rumors of them trading Okafor for the Boston pick last year.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, they would have only had more assets.
Yeah.
You know? So and not only those aren't that's just what they currently have.
Yeah, they might end up having 3 if they get Okafor for a pick, 3 first-round picks in this draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, their own potentially the Lakers pick, and then if they get the Bulls pick, and then let me look up all the.
Oh my God! In a deep draft like this too.
Yeah.
God damn it!
The Sixers are a point guard away.
So incoming, they have the Lakers pick.
Yeah.
Incoming, they have a potential draft swap of Sacramento.
They do.
They've got second-round picks from Detroit.
The Sacramento swap is
that one is so confusing. That might be 2 or 3 draft picks coming in this year in the second round. Then they've got the Brooklyn 2018 second round pick from Cleveland or Brooklyn, whichever is more favorable. So the Brooklyn second round pick. They've got a 2018 second round pick from the Clippers or New York, whichever is more favorable. They've got the 2019 outright. They have the 2019 first round draft pick for the Sacramento Kings.
Oh my God. What?
That pick right there is incredibly valued because 2018 next year is the year that DeMarcus Cousins is a free agent. If he leaves, that team craves, and you're talking about a potential top 3 pick right there. They've got a 2019 draft pick from Milwaukee or Sacramento, whichever is more favorable. Four 4 more. Oh my goodness! A 2019 second round pick from New York. Brian Colangelo did get a 2020 first round draft pick from the Oklahoma City Thunder for Jeremy Grant, but then they've got a
That's another one that can be really
round
good.
draft pick or second round draft pick from Brooklyn, a 2020 second round draft pick from New York, and a 2021 second round draft pick from New York as well. Like
that Thunder one could potentially be really good too.
Yeah,
Russell could cave at any moment, I feel like.
So there are like the only team that could potentially boast anything close is Boston, because they've got those 2 Brooklyn picks still.
Yeah.
But after the Brooklyn pick, they've got a 2019 Clippers pick. That one could be big if they lose Chris Paul and Blake Griffin this year.
Yeah.
A 2019 Memphis pick that's protected 1 through 8, and then 1 through 6, and then if it's not conveyed to Denver, some crazy protections. It could be unprotected in 2021, which that sounds like that would be conveyed. Like their incoming for Philadelphia is just staggering.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bringing in a guy like that for a team that has refused to play the asset management game, other than like taking on salary dumps. Like
the best move they did was the Jeremy Lin one, in recent memory.
Yeah, I mean the Calderon deal was fine
that's
as well, getting 2 second-round picks, but that's a 2018 Chicago pick and a 2019 Denver pick. That 2019 Denver pick, with how they're progressing, that's going to be like
50, 40.
Yeah. Like 50. So bring it, like promote Ryan West. I'm totally fine with that. I would encourage that. Maybe, I mean, you're not getting Jerry West back. Like
they're gonna try to.
They're gonna try. They're gonna be like, we're the Lakers, you know. But he owns part of the Warriors, so he's not going anywhere. Yeah. Ownership offered him a stake, so to get him to come.
Smart.
Yeah. So. Yeah. If you're gonna get rid of Mitch and Jim, fine, but bring it, like promote Ryan West and try and Mike Zarin, I think, is the guy that Ben Rosales is always talking about.
Or a Spurs guy. Is he a Spurs guy?
I don't know where Mike Zarin is. I'll check real quick.
Yeah, the problem with Lakers is that they should go forward, like Clayton said on the last podcast. Should look forward, young, much more modern general managers and front office heads
and coaches, obviously.
Yeah, with Luke there, that would look, so they're pretty set there. But just bring in Spurs guys would be fine. Rockets guys, another analytics heavy team. Just bring in young new faces that can bring new ideas and offer new perspectives.
Mike Zarin is from Boston. He's not coming to LA.
Oh yeah, no. Actually, I think I heard Cowherd talk about him before. Not that I listened to Cowherd, but I remember he said something about Cowherd. Or he said something about some young guy from the Celtics.
I've heard great things about him, but other than from Ben, but I don't see him coming to LA because of
Lakers, Celtics.
So, I feel weird. I don't know.
Why? Because I don't know. This is
like it was just kind of confirming something that I did not want.
Yeah.
This was something I did not want to be right about.
I kind of want to be right about it.
And some people are going to say that me and Nelson are overreacting and he's going to bring us to prosperity. And maybe he does, maybe like I'm wrong a lot.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to admit it. I mean, right here on the podcast, I was wrong about Jabari Parker. I was wrong about Bradley Beal, even though I still hate that contract for Beal.
Bradley Beal.
I've been wrong, like I was a LeBron hater for years. I fully acknowledge LeBron is one of. I mean, like, if you didn't think he was one of the best all time, you were stupid. Anyways, I don't care if this is a Lakers podcast.
Potential GOAT to me. Well, I hate LeBron, but potential GOAT.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no problem being wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that he does moves that are good. Not even if they're ones that I don't agree with at the time. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I want the Lakers to be better, but I want them to do it the smart way and not to rush anything. You know, I want this team to be good for the next 10 to 15 years, not the next 10 to 15 months.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to see that, you know, that Lakers constantly try to like bring in old heads, and like they tried it with Byron, and look how that turned out. And you'd figure that they learned their lesson with, you know, this like Showtime thing not working out, and that, you know, with how much success Luke has had, you know, not as far as winning losses he did at the beginning of the year, but less so now. Like you're just changing the culture around the Lakers. He's completely like changed the face of the Lakers. They're now like they're now more likely than they were with Byron, and they're developing, and he's not hindering their development. And you know that my hope was that the Lakers would see, all right, look, Luke Walton's doing pretty good, so let's head in that direction and not like head back into that sort of Byron direction. Like you said, we can't predict the future. We can't tell you what's going to happen. We can't tell you that, oh yeah, Magic's gonna, you know, like trade all the young guys. Like Merch said, like, he's probably not going to do that. Like, and you know that's good because, you know, he shouldn't. But you know, there's a lot more moves that go apart from your core that make a championship team. You need to make smart moves, smart contracts, draft the right players, and you know the Lakers front office has done pretty good at one of those. Not so much the free agency part, and you know his mentality with free agency is alarming too, because the Lakers are not going to get a star. They need to fill out the roster with role players. They already have the core. They're not a star away from contending, like we have constantly over and over again. And the Lakers, they don't get stars. They don't get stars.
Draft and trade.
Yeah, draft and trade. And that's why we're big proponents of Hinkie, because he does that. He drafts and he trades. He drafts and he trades. He makes sure that, you know, if assets doesn't work out, or if assets value is super high right now, then trade it. Unless he's going to be a superstar, you trade it. And that's just how the NBA is set up. That if you do these things, you will be successful. And Magic shows none of that potential to grasp those kind of concepts as a front office head. So yeah, it's gonna be something else if he does get the job. So we're all depressed here. So I figured I'm just gonna end it. We had something else planned for you guys, but we'll just push that later. It's just this podcast went off the rails real quick. So Clayton, are you working on anything for the site?
With news of this, my front office piece has to be played around with. So that'll be up soon. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot on my mind, but we'll see exactly how much I get out there, you know.
Yeah. So, you know, expect some good stuff from Clayton. And Merge doesn't write. All he does is go on podcasts and tell me that a dress is blue and black when it's white and cold.
We're gonna get Merge to write for us if it's the last thing we do.
Yeah, he's gonna write about this draft if it's the last.
He's gonna write about the draft. I will help him if he needs it.
Yeah, I would drive to wherever he is, and I will personally drag him out of.
Can you even drive yet?
No, I can't. So.
Okay.
I mean, there's no one needs to know that I drive or don't drive. So yeah, with that, I am at Not Famous Nelson. This has been at Merge Christian and at 19x23 in Clayton, and I have lost. Not say I lost my desire, but I just after tonight, I don't know when I'll be writing again. I'm working on some scouting stuff for the draft because, yeah, Lakers are not a good team, so I hope that we can pick So I'll be cautiously optimistic about that. So thanks to you guys for tuning in. I know that we had a power outage, so thanks for sticking with us. Yeah, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Hope for a Lakers process.